Hello, I'm Luke, or Leni Wakura is my legal name, but I want to take you on a tour of my website in this video. So I've included links to all of my projects on this website. I'll include a link to this website in the description, and it just links to essentially all the things there is to know about me. Leni's Skills website. Hello, I'm Leni Wakura. This site is meant to host links to all my projects, including all 12 albums or other things listed under other links. So under other links, this is the podcast I made. It's just a pod. Whoa, it's not loading, but the single podcast. Then there's my Twitter account. So I essentially just post my thoughts on this Twitter account and repost anime artwork. That's all I really post on this. The pinned tweet is the last video I posted, the Modern Norism. Um, then there's a link to download all my games. So this is the media fire with all my games. But if you want a more organized approach, you could go to the deliciousfruit.com to play all of my video games. So if you click I want to close the world, which is probably my most popular game, you could you know, click on the creator and find links to download all the games here also. So I want to close the world, Greater Banana Guy 12. Then if you go to purchase my music, free download band purchase my music, Bandcamp, free downloads to all music. So I currently have 12 albums. So all the albums are free. Misinterpret Sacrifice is probably the best album I produced. It took 4 months to produce, and it was just a lot of work. And it's probably my best work. But some of these albums I produced, quite rapidly. But this one took 4 months to produce. Triple C Fantasy is also pretty notorious. It's pretty good. Misinterpret Sacrifice is probably the best one though. And those are all my 12 albums, and I've included free downloads to all of this music. So as you see, I go by Leni Wakura as my artist title. And lastly, or not lastly, but there's a link to my SoundCloud, but not all my music is on SoundCloud because that makes you have to pay money to upload all your music, and I didn't want to do that. So there's only like 3 albums. Just go to my Bandcamp, and you can find all 12 albums that I've produced. This one's actually just a mixtape, so I didn't actually produce the music. And this one I didn't produce the music, but I like rapped on top of it. But it like it the this is a very interesting album because it sucks, but I sort of like it. And yeah, so this album is just the same song 18 times in a row. I mislead, so I stole. It's just the same song 18 times in a row. But some of these albums are a bit more, I like this album, but you might not. I don't know. So I would say these are probably my two best albums: Misinterpret Sacrifice and Triple C Fantasy. So yeah, you can find, and then also on the website I include downloads to Mega, so you can download all 12 albums here also, and all 12 albums are available for free on this site. And but yeah, so next is the DXM archives. So this is just a book I wrote when I was 21. And my name is Leni Wakura. I do not go by Lane Vogel. That is not the name I go by. I go by Leni Wakura. But yeah, this is the short book I wrote. And look, it even says Misinterpret Sacrifice right there. And I wrote this before I produced Misinterpret Sacrifice. I produced this years ago. So that's just a short book. Then I want to close the world. Of course, this is the probably my best video game. I want to close the world is available on deliciousfruit.com, and you can click download game, and if you want to download it, you have to go to download game, and then it just takes you to the media fire, and you can find it in here. Um, where is it? Right there. I want to close the world. That's also my most downloaded game, I think. Then here is the document I wrote. So this document, I actually wanted to delete the previous video I made, so I'm gonna do this on camera. Um, I'm just gonna delete this last video I posted because I want to. I think this video is better, so I'm just gonna start over. I made all my vlogs private, by the way. So I sort of just wanted to be like a ghost. Wow, it's taking a long time to load. Is this because I'm recording? Like, this is one of the vlogs that I posted. Not all, like, 99% of my vlogs have been made private. Like, this, like, I titled this one, I don't like making videos. And I titled this one, Why I Think I'm a Space Alien. So that's interesting. So then here at the bottom, just downloads to all the music. So you can download all my albums here. But you can also just go to Bandcamp and get it from there. It's the same thing. So you get the same files you would get if you just went to Bandcamp. Um, you would get like the same quality files. I hate to tell you this, but some of the albums I did not have lossless audio, so I had to convert the like MP3s to lossless audio so I could upload them. But some of them do have lossless audio. Like for example, this album, Misinterpret Sacrifice, and Triple C Fantasy actually did not, but Misinterpret Sacrifice, since I produced that when I was 16, and it's been, a decade since I had those files. And Misinterpret Sacrifice is actually lossless audio, so that this is probably what I like about this album is it's not only probably the my best album, but it has 22 songs, um, and it sounds like so alien. It sounds so clean. It sounds like Alien. It's like my most alien sounding album. It's like really good. Um, and it's not rap music. It's like jazz music. It's like what I like it a lot. So yeah, I guess that's about all I have to say. I was gonna say something about this document is that I invented my own philosophy, and there's a link right here, Modern Norism. I invented my own philosophy, so it's called Oh, I didn't say there's also you can download the 3 books by Lainey Wakura there, but those books sort of stuck, and I'm sort of not. I sort of don't like them. I don't know why I'm not really into those books, but I decided I would keep them there for the sake of my archive. And then here, this is my proudest work, man. This is my like. I was watching this movie called Pumpo the Cinephile, and they said something like, "This is your aria, like this is your best work." And this is like my best work. It's called Modern Norism by Lainey Wakura. Um, and it's essentially just my own philosophy. It's the alien philosophy of Norism. And something I said on the other video was that I was reading a book and it just tonight, and it said something like a concept is conceived by the conceiver. So I thought that makes sense. I don't see why someone like the I suppose that makes sense to me. The concept must be conceived by the conceiver. But I think it said something about concepts being connected to one another as a system, and that didn't make sense to me since I thought a single concept is isolated of other concepts. So how could they be connected as a system? That didn't make sense to me. I felt there was not a system of concepts, but rather a singular concepts isolated of one another. So that was sort of frustrating to me. But yeah, thank you for listening. And I'll link this website in the description of my video, and I'll also link my Twitter account, and I'll also link this document, this modern Norism. So, because I would like people to look into this, because like I said, this is my proudest work. I just wrote this recently. Like I wrote this last night, pretty much, and I wrote some of it this morning, and yeah, I'm just very proud of this one. Uh, and this game is probably my magnum opus because I made about 18 video games, and some of these video games listed are not supposed to be listed, like this one. I'm very offended that this game is listed and it's not supposed to be because it wasn't listed, for fucking years, and they decided to post it. And I tried to tell them delete this fucking game. There's not even a download link to this There's no download link to this game and shit. And they posted it. I'm like, why the fuck is this here? It's not. It was never submitted to the wiki. Why is that on the website? And the game is just a fucking compilation of super F jumps, and it's just garbage. And I'm like, why did you post this? But all these other games seem to be real games. Um, I made like 18 games. It says there are 21 here, but I only consider 18 of those games my own, really. But I Want to Close the World is, of course, my magnum opus, and this is what it looks like. It's just a video game. So you play as this little guy, and you got to jump over the spikes, and you have a double jump so that you can, maneuver about these spikes. And there's actually thousands of these games, these I Wanna games. They're called I Wanna games. There's the fan games of the game I Wanna Be the Guy. And I was addicted to these games when I was in high school. And I made this game in 2017. Yeah. It says here submitted February 11th, 2017. Here's another example. So it is possible to maneuver about these spikes and get to the end, which is these two little arrows. And the water actually the reason it's possible is because the water gives you an infinite jump when you're standing in the water. Or floating in the water. This is the most notorious screen in the game. It's the extra screen. And someone included a snapshot of this. Yeah, even this guy Tapris, he said the iconic extra screen. Approach at your own risk. So people have actually beaten this screen, but it's like one of the hardest screens in the history the history of fan games that someone has beaten. And I think there's actually a glitch, and you have to actually decompile the game in order to fix it because there's like a little dot that kills you. So you actually cannot get on this ledge because there's like a little dot that kills you, and it makes the box like this mini spike is sort of a square. So it makes it like really hard. Like you can't get through this because of the dot, and it instantly kills you. You can't really see it, but it's there. So you have to actually decompile the game and edit the mini spike in order to complete this screen. But people also remade this in I Wanna Maker, so there's no glitch at all. But yeah, this is one of the hardest screens, and I actually included little line markers for the best align. But this is like the hardest screen, probably one of the hardest screens ever beaten. There's tons of corner jumps. You see how many corner jumps I put, but yeah, people have literally beaten the screen. And you know what's this is like the last jump is probably the hardest jump in my opinion. I mean, this is just fucking, I don't know. So yeah, this game got a 7.7 and is a 67 advanced if you don't include the extra. as the cover. I Want to Close the World. It's probably my best video game. And yeah, so I'll conclude the video.